Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a stay-at-home dad and a part-time eBay reseller. And every 100 subscribers is a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. And it's super easy for you, super appreciated by me if you give the old like button, subscribe, bell notifications, all that kind of stuff. People think, as a viewer, I always go, yeah, whatever, maybe, yeah. It's just so easy for viewers and just honestly means so much to me. So if you like the content I put out, or if you don't like the content I put out, please subscribe. Only 4 orders going out today, so I will probably do something I haven't done in a long time. I'll probably have multiple days on the same video. I'll either have a Mikhail mystery box or a second pull day. To be determined. First thing going out, B3G, is a Wallace Napoli fork. B3G. Can I move all these? Oh yeah. And it is this big old serving fork right here. It's a Wallace Napoli Frost 1810 stainless. Not the year 1810, so I don't know what those numbers mean at all. For that, took an offer, $9 free shipping. I have no clue where that came from. Next up, D4 is a Reebok mini duffel bag. This one right here in burgundy. I think I got this at a garage sale. Pretty sure I got this at a garage sale. Again, no clue though. But if it was a garage sale, 50 cents to $1. If it was a Mikhail mystery box, 50 cents to $1. For that, took an offer, actually countered an offer, $11.99 free shipping. Real cheap items today. Next up, Rise and Shine Hardy's mug A3. A123. Okay, I knew it's gotta be tucked behind something, and it is right here. I got this one and 3 or 4 random coffee mugs at a garage sale for 25 cents a piece. And this one, I got $4.49 plus shipping. I know some people make a living off of selling mugs. Oh, by the way, I know you've noticed, but I don't really look at myself. This is not a voiceover. This is my face. This is what my face really looks like. To those of you new to the channel, I do periodically shave, but I don't usually shave. I don't think I've used a razor on my face in 15 years. But it's been requested by my youngest for about a month to take my beard off. So, here we are. I hate it. I'll probably never do it again. I cut myself twice. I started shaving in 6th grade, so I was quite the pro at it. And then in my senior year of high school, I stopped and never did it again unless for a job I had to. But either way, coffee mugs, some people make a living selling coffee mugs. You can do that. And I know some coffee mugs are worth more than $4.49 plus shipping. You can do that with cheap items, but you have to be set up for those cheap items so that the other parts of your business aren't costing you money. The time to pack it, the time to picture it, how you shelve it, how do you categorize it, you know, all the other aspects have to fit that business model in order to make that worth it. Also, once you are niched into something, you are better at finding good or knowing what is good inventory. But I wouldn't list that again, not for $4.49 plus shipping, because the shipping was $11.45. So the fees on the shipping alone eats up a lot of that. Definitely not worth it. And last thing up, B1B is Tupperware Tupper Seal Jello mold lids. These ones right here. It's a set of 3. It's a heart, a star, and a, I would say, Christmas tree, but technically it's a pine tree. It's only a Christmas tree on Christmas. For the set of those, $11.24 free shipping. They were on sale. I ran a 25% off sale on 500 items in my store. When I do that, I select them individually. They are my oldest 500 items, or at least that's what I try to do. It was, as you can see, not successful. So, you know, I don't want to go on and on about the slow sales thing. That's been beaten to death. My slow sales are because I'm not listing. That's the end of that story. I'm not going to blame it on anything else just because I'm not listing. I have, sitting here, things I'm going to list today. This is the last of the stuff from the last Mikhail mystery box. Hopefully knock out this whole box. Let's see, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, it might be 20 listings, but 90% of them have barcodes. So I should be able to hopefully get through that pile. I don't really have a reason not to, because I have time, because I have so few things to pack up. Something that came in the mail that I'm actually very excited about are these card dividers. And they're just pieces of, I'm not sure if, hold on. Okay, I wasn't sure if they were plastic or cardboard, but they are a very, very thin, like a vinyl. But what you do is you put the label, you write your label on the top here. So it'll say base set near mint. And then the next one will say base set lightly played. And then so on and so forth through the gradings. And then the next one will have the next set, fossil or jungle or whatever it is. And the same thing over and over and over again, so that I get my inventory system under control before it's out of control. Those were super cheap. 250 of them for, I don't know, it was less than, I think it was like 23 bucks shipped for 250 of them. I may make a couple lots of 10, 25, 50, something like that, different size lots, have one listing with multiple options to recoup some of that money. But I also might just keep them all, because it seems like a lot, but it's not when you start breaking down the grading of each set of cards that you have, not just the sets. It can get pretty extensive. I listed all the cards. Every Pokemon card that was listable at the moment, because that will change if I become a TC direct seller. Price floor can go a lot lower. And it ended up being around 1,000 cards that I got listed. I listed 580 of them in like 3 hours. It's so easy. It's just the money is very, don't let me try to convince you to do it. The money is very little. I'm talking about, I'm listing 25-cent cards. But it's something I deal with, something I have. The only way to recoup that money, really. I am going to, with some of the stuff that's not worth selling, I might make some lots and put them in my store with, like, I have a bunch of the tins that they come with. So I could do some card sleeves and cards and a couple of the coins or some of the dice that come with it. Something like that. Make a couple lots, recoup some of it that way. But those would almost directly have to be sold to you out there, because the amount of people that do that, it's thousands. So for mine to get found in all the sea of others is very unlikely, because most of them, what they do is the ones that sell, it seems like, are the ones that are a little overpriced, and then they are paying, I can't imagine how much they're paying in promoted listings percentages. My guess would be somewhere around 20%, like a huge, huge number, which if you don't do promoted listing, that's fine. I do 2.1%. I used to do 1.1%. Then they made the lowest you could do 2%. And the only reason I do that 0.1 is to put myself above all the people that do 1% before and 2% now. 2.1 bumps me above them. Every time I go to, I'll have 50 listings that aren't promoted, and then, I'll let them sit for a while, and then I'll promote them. Every time I go to promote a new chunk, the suggested promoted value, promoted percentage, goes up every single time. When I went and did it yesterday, they were suggesting 12.1%. Like, get real. What? Oh yeah, here, take all my money. And the problem is, people just keep doing it because they want the sale. They want the sale so bad. They're so desperate for the sale that they're going to give away all their profits. It's so asinine. You take your regular amount of fees, your whatever it is, depending on the item, 12 to 15%, then tack on what? Another 12 to 15%? What money could you possibly be making? None. The answer is none. People are addicted to the sale and have no conscious effort of figuring out if they're making any money. They have no idea if they're making any money. They just know things are going on their shelves and going out. They got no idea. And I'm not saying it's you, but if it's you, stop doing that. Figure it out. Just throwing money away. The amount of money you can make by saving money is astronomical. It is so much easier to make more money by saving money than it is to actually make more money. I don't get it. But I'm going to get these packed up, hopefully get all that stuff listed. If there's anything super cool or interesting, I'll of course pop the camera back on, and then I'm sure future Drew will pop in at some point. Well, that was cool and unexpected. Went to drop my packages off. There was a garage sale listed on local marketplace, which everybody's like, oh yeah, whatever, garage sale. Around here, garage sales are still a month and a half away. That doesn't happen. So I was like, okay, I gotta go. I got there and there was some stuff sitting out. It's very windy. Like today's a weird day. The weather's just so crazy this time of year. 80 degrees. It's supposed to be like 35 next week, but the wind is insane. So I think they probably just shut it down. Like all the tables were empty. There was a couple pieces of furniture and the garage was open. So I don't care. I poked around the stuff that was obviously garage sale stuff, tagged, see if anything caught my interest before I pursued any further. And there was a putter there, this Cleveland Golf Huntington Beach number 10. And they had $10 on it, and I went to the door, knocked, nothing. So I was like, ah, whatever, I guess it ain't my day. Went to the car. Out of curiosity, I looked it up. And so then I was like, oh, I definitely want this club. Went to the marketplace listing, messaged the person, said, hey, can I like leave the money for the club? And they said, oh, I was just in the shower. Like, just come back. So I swung back around. Then I looked up, because there's many different varieties of this same club. Blade, mallet, different sizes. So then I specifically looked this one up after I got back home. And this one, the Huntington Beach Collection number 10, this is technically a blade, even though it looks like a mallet. Because blades are usually, they don't usually have a round back like this. But this is almost like a weighted blade putter. And it's got an aftermarket fat grip on here. I don't like these. I like the fatter grips, but the tapered ones. But moral of the story, this is a $75 to $100 club. And this will be the only one listed to these specifications. There will be other ones listed, but none of the number 10s. So I get to set my price. I won't go crazy. I'll probably make it $115 plus ship, $125 plus ship with best offer. But I mean, what a great start to the garage sale season. $10 into probably $100. I love it. I did end up getting almost everything listed, so let's go ahead and unbox the next Mikhail mystery box. I actually have one, should be on the porch today or tomorrow, so let's get this one out of the way. All right, before I get the space too overwhelmed, let's go ahead and go through some stuff. Got some hand tools. These are, I think that says T1. I don't know what these would be for. These are for reupholstery or unupholstering, I guess. But this is a tack remover and a tack hammer, if I'm not mistaken, from PDQ. I think this is from Husky, so I guess those aren't the same thing. Maybe these are just shears, gardening shears of some kind. I don't know. I don't deal in hand tools enough. I know I should more often because it's something that's readily available at sales I go to, garage sales I go to. There's a lot of farmhouse sales and things like that, just older tools. I do look out for sharpening stones. That's something that's been on my radar. I always look for vices, old vices. I still have not found one. I'm not the only competition in my area for those types of things, though. People buy them, not to resell, but they're buying them for themselves, just because of the type of people that live in my area. Next up is a hammer from Majestic and a kind of a hatchet, but not a hatchet, from Atlas. It's a tomahawk. Oh, made in Troy, Michigan. That's funny. Made in my state, shipped to another state, and then shipped back to me to resell. A pair of scissors. These are Griffin, made in Germany. I do know some scissors are actually quite valuable. And not even valuable, just modern scissors. You go to Walmart to buy scissors, they're junk. They're trash. So something like this, a more These might not be vintage, but a nicer pair of scissors. Even if this is, again, $9.99 free shipping, at the price I pay for this stuff, that's still perfectly good inventory. And then a ladle from Northwind Stainless, and a, what would you call this, a pie knife, pie spatula from Pagant, P-A-G, I don't know, Pageant, something like that. Silverware, don't sleep on silverware, because usually that's something people are like, oh, okay, we got a new set, or they only have a couple. And so they're like, why would anybody want to buy a fork or 2 spoons and a fork? So you get them for cheap or nothing. The people that would want to buy that are the people that are missing one from their set. I'm not saying you're going to get rich from that, but anytime you can get stuff extremely cheap, the upside doesn't have to be some extravagant amount. It doesn't have to be like this golf club, $10 into $100, $125. It can be something like this that you pay 10 cents, 25 cents free, and you turn that into $10. That's a huge gain. This is a army bag of some kind. I don't know if those have really any value to them. It's very nice canvas bag. It's definitely beat up, but there's no holes. I'll have to, of course, look that up. And then a pile of hats. This one, Replay. I don't know what that's from. And then we have a new with tags, but I would probably still sell this as used because just condition. It's a little rough. Tags messed up, but I don't know. I'll decide at the time. But it is a Dodge hat. It's a hook and loop back. Here we have Oscar the Grouch. Clean, but used. And it could be not used. It's just that's how I will be listing it. That's cool. Big old Oscar patch on it right there. And then this one, 1,000,000 service hours. Jamboral 2008. So this is some type of parks something maybe. Oh, BSA. That's Boy Scouts of America. Okay, so 1,000,000 service hours. Boy Scouts of America. That's a very niche hat, but that's a new with tags hat. Here we have a New York Giants, not San Francisco Giants. It's in okay condition, but this is like a felt bill, and that's wore out pretty good there. Velcro back again. This is what, Dale Earnhardt, I think. 24, that's Dale Earnhardt, right? Velcro back. That'll clean up all right, but even this, $12.99 free shipping, I would sell that and list that. This is exciting. What's that? Utah Heritage Lamboral Western Legacy Great Salt Lake Council. But why this is exciting is because it has all these pins on it that I most likely will pull off and sell individually. I have a feeling the pins are going to be worth much more than this hat. And then this one, Detroit Motorcycles. That's a snapback. But still, this is probably a mass-produced thing. This is probably $9.99 free shipping. But hats are very easy to list and sell and store and all those things. And then what do we got here? It's a shirt, of course. Embiggen Comics. And it's definitely Simpsons, but in a different style. This almost looks like Captain Underpants. It's a book my son reads, but I don't know. I don't know how much value this would have. I will, of course, look it up, but because I don't like to deal in clothes, if this isn't worth a ton of money, that'll probably end up in my garage sale. And this is cool. I mean, everybody knows that is. This is a Nike Air Jordan shirt. And it does seem to be officially branded 2XL, so that's good. Larger clothes do tend to bring a little bit of money, just because they're not as available. Double stitch, so it's not vintage or anything. It does have a little bit of stainage here, so I don't know. We'll see how much that's worth. Again, if not worth a ton, that ends up in the garage sale. And then this is a DVD CD Disc Repair Plus. Okay. It does have buffing wheels and compound. I will look into that, because if that is a functional, actually usable device, unlike turns out the ones that you used to get at your local Kmart, Walmart, whatever, where you'd put your disc in and crank it, turns out those are not actually very good for your discs. And the solution they sent you was, I think, water. I'm pretty sure it was just water, so it wasn't really doing much beyond just wiping it on your shirt anyways. But if that's actually a functioning system, I would definitely keep that to use to clean games. This is, who knows? Rechargeable battery pack, rechargeable battery. I don't know. It's a rechargeable battery to something. It does have a part number. Oh, does it? Does it have a part number? It does not have a part number. Oof, that's going to be fun to look up. Nope, no part number, no brand name, no indications. Maybe it goes to something else in the box, but if not, that's not going to be super fun to figure it out. This is of course, knife block. You'd put a sharpener here, your knives in here, but it's from Cutco, and that's a great brand to look out for. This might be 30 bucks. I'm not positive. I haven't sold one of these in a while, but I have sold them before. It is super heavy. This is something in the scenario where that might actually be the rare chance that I use a flat rate box, which is almost never, because it does weigh 5 pounds, and I think medium flat rate is 4 pounds. I think that's what it is. I think medium charges you a 4-pound rate. If that's true, that's exactly how I will sell that one. And then this is a tripod of some kind, but this is not where it's supposed to be open. Normally this is attached here, and that seam is zipped closed, and that's the handle. But this is it's made in Germany, from Excelsior. Hopefully the tripod by itself has some value, because I'll probably just scrap the case. I mean, maybe I would include it, but I doubt it. Who would want to have that and have to repair it? So let me go ahead and move this stuff out of the way and do the next wave. Next up, we've got John Deere hat. This is cool. It does have a stain on it. So, and that looks like that's set in there. I don't think that's coming out, but I think this still will have a value with the stain, because it appears at least to be a vintage wool John Deere beanie, I think is what you would call this. Fun fact, these little tassel thingies that are on hats, not decorative. Those were first introduced in the Navy because guys got sick of bumping their heads on everything. So I don't know if it was somebody, I don't remember if it was somebody in the Navy or a wife of somebody in the Navy, sewed a little bobble on the top, a little palm on the top, so that they could feel that their head was about to hit stuff before they actually hit their head on stuff. So was meant to be, oh, hi, Blackbeard. Say hello. He's a rock star. So it was meant to be functional and then became fashion. Next up, we have a pedometer. You hook it on your belt, and when you're walking, it tells you how many steps you did, also AKA step counter. And then this is cool. This is a vintage ET from Applause, and I've sold things that were not branded, not like a movie or a TV show, just Applause brand plush, and done okay with that. Not huge money, but Applause is a plush brand to keep an eye out for. I think it's because Applause made plush not now, previously. So I think Applause plush are vintage. That's all maybes. Those are all solid maybes on that. But I know I've sold Applause before, so I'm thinking that's what it is. This is awesome. You know Beanie Babies I think are hilarious because of, the fad and people thinking they were going to make their retirement off Beanie Babies. One of the saddest things I've ever seen, but also one of the funniest things I've ever seen, those usually tend to go together, is a couple in divorce court on their hands and knees selecting the Beanie Babies they get in the divorce. That's how bad it got. But this one's cool. Utah Jazz, John Stockton. If this isn't worth a lot of money, I'm keeping this for sure. John Stockton was one of my favorite players growing up because I tended to like the shorter players, point guards, things like that. And John Stockton was the man. I mean, when he played, he was the best point guard. Like, there's no arguments with that. That is 100% facts. Didn't find out till much later, and I wouldn't have thought it was cool when I was a kid. John Stockton, one of the best point guards to ever play the game, played for like 20 years, long career, was yoked. Like, everybody looks at him because he looks like a dad. He's got a terrible haircut, just looks like a guy. But when you go back and look, you're like, man, John Stockton was a beast. He drove to work every day in a minivan. Not a nice minivan, like his regular dad minivan. He would show up with like leftovers from the day before so he wouldn't have to buy lunch. He came into the league a dad. I don't know if he had kids yet, but he was just already there. Couple calculators. This one's a HP. This one's a Texas Instruments. This is a Palm Pilot. It says Palm 1. I'm assuming it's a Palm Pilot. It does have the pen with it, so that's good. I, again, of course, don't remember who mentioned it, but these ones, this one, I had all these HP, I think these are HP. Yeah, HP calculators. These weren't the ones. But this one, unfortunately mine isn't the awesome one, but if you find this HP 12C, and there's like a anniversary edition, and it'll say it right here, or if it's just one of the older versions, this is $100 calculator. Mine is not that, so it is more like a $20 calculator, which is still, I mean, for a calculator, that's great. I'm not mad about that, but specifically, look out for that one. If it is the collector's edition or one of the very old ones, one of the first ones maybe, I didn't look into the exact details of what, but it was that one, and the price ranges from $100 to $14.99 on the same calculator, but there's variations, so keep an eye out for that. Next up, a pile of scissors. So apparently Mikhail's guy that he helps clean out his stuff thought scissors is where it's at, so hopefully that's a reality. Hopefully these are all, I mean, even if they're $9.99 free shipping each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and had one more pair over there, so 7. If I make $5 each, it's $35. To ship the box to me was $40. Right there, the scissors pay for it. And then everything else is profit. So I am more than okay with stuff like that. Then we have a University of Utah letter opener. I have a fly in here that's driving me crazy. And then this is a bag tag from the Weston Mission Hills. And a second one, Weston Mission Hills bag tag. That's fun to say, bag tag. And then this is like a Fitbit or a knockoff Fitbit. I actually have a second one of these right here that I need to retest because someone purchased it, said the listing didn't match the one they wanted. Like I think I had the part number wrong in the listing. I never even checked if that was true or not. I said, go ahead and return it. I'll refund your money. You know, whatever. I haven't gotten around to checking if they were lying. It didn't matter if they were lying. That's the point of that story. I was going to have to take the return no matter what, so why cry about it? A shuffle book. I have no idea what that is. It's a bunch of cards. Oh, so you shuffle the cards and it creates a new story. That's cute. I don't know how much value something like that would have, but maybe that's just something I do for fun with the kids. Then we have a Batman and a Catwoman rubber mask. Latex mask, rubber mask. Some HP ink, sealed, new, most likely expired. I don't see the date, it's probably on the back, but I'm gonna say expired. Just make sure you put in the listing expired. And then this is a language translator that's in with this ink. That makes no sense, but either way, 5 language translator. I don't know how much value something like that would have. But this is just, like I said, $40 for the box, roughly 40. I don't want to look it up right now to be sure, but it was around $40. The quantity of listings, even if I threw away 10%, put 10% in the garage sale, I mean, I'm still making a ton of money just because of how much stuff. This is a Soil Master. What does this even do? Moisture, light, and pH meter. That seems like a lot of extra stuff for growing a type of flower that grows pretty well on its own. But new in package technically, so I'm okay with that. This is Bicycle. Oh, Bicycle brand as in the cards. Bicycle Games card. Is the game card? Like you just, that's the game? It doesn't even, it doesn't tell you, hey, this is Solitaire, or at least on the label it says Card Games, but on the front it just says card. Bicycle Games card. Unless they're just stupid with their branding, Bicycle Card Games. That's a weird way to have to read that. But either way, this is new in package, but probably very cheap. If this isn't $9.99 free shipping or more, I won't list it because games do not count as media mail. Do not count. I'm not saying you can't get away with it. I'm saying it's not how it's supposed to work. And then this Clint Eastwood collection, Pale Rider. This, it's so hard to tell unless it has the, I can't remember what to call it, this like the split seam on the back. It's so hard to tell if something's actually a sealed VHS or if it was just resealed at a Blockbuster or somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Well, actually, I do know, because if it was resealed at a video store, there would be a seal on both sides, because it's basically a tube of plastic. So you seal one side, slide it over, seal the other side, and continue along, kind of like they do for chip bags. So this is new in package. I don't foresee that being worth listing, though. We'll see. Xfinity remote. This is cool. Big numbers, and then maybe for people with like arthritis or something, it's got little joysticks attached to the volume and something else. And it's got batteries in it because I can see it lighting up. So I'll have to make sure those aren't exploded and corroded, which they are. I can already tell. Yep. Exploded and corroded. Now, corroded batteries, exploded and corroded, that's fun to say also, does not mean that something isn't salvageable. What it does mean is this would have to be $24.99 and above. And that might not, that's probably still first class, but $24.99 and above for me to even consider bothering with cleaning it all out. Because you have to scrape all the corrosion out, use something like a deoxit or contact cleaner and rubbing alcohol, and it's a process. It's not that the thing is completely scrapped and done for. It's just, it's a lot of work and elbow grease to get it back to sellable. So it would definitely have to be worth decent money for me to even bother. Then a couple of my favorite things to sell. Not sure if these ones are worth anything, but pens. This one's actually a pencil. It's a twist pencil. This is really nice. I like this. This one's branded. I can't read it because I don't have my glasses on. But I had a second one that was like this, a wooden exterior, and then it was a pencil. And I don't think I ever listed it because I don't think it had enough value to list. So if that is true, then I will possibly lot those two together. And then this TechLite portable VOM multi-tester, not new in package. It just happens to have the package with it. I'm thinking this might be a not worth it item, but of course we will see. And then this one, let's see if it'll do it again. Okay, now stop. Knock it off. Well, when you open it, it's got a light sensor. Oh, okay, there we go. And it turns on a song, but this is full of cards. I think these are 81 or 82 tops, but there's not going to be anything huge money in here. That one actually has water damage, so some of these might just be completely trash. I don't know. It'll be fun for me to go through for about 5 minutes and see if there's anything worth salvaging, anything worth any money. If not, I will just make one lot of all the same year from the same set as set fillers. It's not big money, but it's money. So let me go ahead and get that. Oh, there was one more thing. This is a dog harness. One Tigris dog harness. I sold one of these not too long ago. It wasn't big money, like $17.99 free shipping, but that's okay with me. I'll take where's it at? I'll take one of these, lint roller. I'll run it over it, get the dog hair off it, cat hair, whatever it is, big old cat. But let me go ahead and get the last stuff out. All right, so first thing up, a Best Way inflatable vest. This will just go in my kids' stuff. This is not worth selling at all. I will, of course, check. I check everything, even when I say that. But when I could go to the store right now and buy this for $12.99, I can't imagine that it would be worth selling resale. This is a Sharp electronic organizer, if that functions. Probably $12.99 free shipping. Here are some, I'm assuming plumbing parts, but it could be for gas. I don't really know what this is. It's a 5A1C cold stem for Crane, a local plumbing company. Shut down, I think a couple years ago now, but they still have all their stuff you know, all their bits and pieces, things like a Rainbird P2A pressure gauge. And they recently were on Marketplace saying, hey, I'm selling this stuff off. I'll give you, the more you buy, the better the deal I'll give you. I'm really thinking hard about making a big offer on a lot of it. Just because, you know, if I get 30 of the same item over and over and over again, you know, one listing, multi-quantity, you just put them away and don't think about it. Very easy to list, can't hurt them, easy to ship, all the boxes I like to check. I'm really tossing around. I gotta do some more research on sell-through rate. That's the one that matters, sell-through rate, because it doesn't matter. I don't want to buy them and then it takes 15 years. That's not going to work. But I'm thinking on that one. I didn't see anybody buying them out, so they had a ton of stuff. So I'm not too worried about that being not an option anytime soon. Here's an add-on pack for the Wonderful World of Disney Trivia. I actually may still have this game for sale. It's basically what's it called? The game with the little pie pieces and you answer the Trivial Pursuit. It's basically Trivial Pursuit, but Disney version. If I still have the game, I will add that to it because I listed the game years ago at this point, if I still have it. So giving it something extra might help it sell. Here's a couple. These look vintage. I'm not sure if they are. They got a year on it. I'm going to say these are vintage. They just look like it. And, oh, they don't have a barcode. These are definitely vintage. Vintage Hallmark. Santa and Mrs. Claus. What's Mrs. Claus' first name? Santa and Dolores Claus. Salt and pepper shakers. And then I have a second set of them. So hopefully they're worth $1 million. And now I have $2 million. And then here we have a pneumatic pump. Oh no, it is actually the actual gun for a sprayer. And then this thing it's an antenna, but I don't know what it goes to. It has a part number, so I can look it up, but no clue what that would be for. I mean, the wire's cut off. This looks like trash to me. I'm guessing this is trash. And then this is a Delta brand something. One Universal Rough. It's a Universal Rough. And then here we have a Kohler new in package towel hangy thingy. Towel ring is what they're calling it, even though that's not a ring. That's a ring would be all the way around. And then what do we got here? A Sirius satellite radio remote. And remote only. Unless that goes to something else I unboxed, but I don't think so. I will see about that. And then this, another item I'm not excited about. I can't imagine these are worth selling. These are sanitizing wipes. Maybe because there is 8 of them, I can lot them all together and it'll be worth some amount of money. I can't imagine. They also have an expiration date. How does sanitizing wipes have an expiration date? They're gonna go bad? They put expiration dates on stuff all the time that doesn't expire because they want you to think it expires and buy another one. I mean, I get it. I know why. I know why. Yeah. You make a product that never goes bad. How do you get people to buy another one if it's not something that they have to use? You put expiration dates on it. Makes sense to me. So any big wins in there? Do you think I, overpaid with 40 bucks? No, I didn't. Anything that you would pass on? Anything that you would throw away? Anything that's big money that I should list right away? I'm going to actually, just because I can't help myself, I'm actually going to go through those cards real quick just to check. And then I'm going to see how much stuff I can get listed. Jen has to work tonight, so I have like an hour. I got no time. Oh, every day, no time. Well, that's going to be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other. Just really neat. Hey, little feet. Do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? There we go. I'm good at this.